I did a cold email campaign for 300,000 leads and got 78% open rate for a 10,000 USD offer. Watch this video to the end if you want to learn how to cold email to get clients or to make sales, whatever it is that you want to achieve. This is the one-stop video that will teach you everything. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Onyeka Adedayo. I'm a full stack marketer and community builder. If this is your first time landing on this channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Before we go into talking about the process of sending a cold email to get clients, let's talk about what exactly a cold email is. A cold email is an email that is sent to someone who has had no prior business with you or with your business. The essence of sending a cold email is to get a conversation started, to explore a partnership, to introduce a service, or generate a business opportunity. There is also another concept that is called warm emailing, and I'm going to explain. In the case of a cold email, this person has had no prior business with you or with your business, but in the warm email aspect, the person has most likely interacted with your product or with your service in one way or the other, whether they connected with you on LinkedIn, they downloaded an ebook from you, you met at an event, etc., etc. There is also something that you need to note. There's a difference between one-on-one cold emailing and bulk cold emailing. When you're doing one-on-one cold emailing, you are prospecting specific clients and reaching out to them. So it is very personalized, heavily targeted, and usually done manually. You're taking your time, you're reviewing each of the clients closely before you go ahead to send an email. Now, in the case of bulk cold emailing, you are sending emails to a large prospect at scale using automation tools. If you are interested in one-on-one cold emailing, I highly recommend that you see a video that I've already done on this channel alongside this one. And now to the big one, the step-by-step guide to writing a cold email that would actually help you get clients. Step 1, lead generation. There are tools today that help you to generate leads instantly without you spending so much time going through platforms one after the other. A simple example is Clay. If you are new to Clay, go and test it out. You have free credits once you register, sign up, and all of that. Sign up, just use the AI. I am looking for tech startups in the US or in the UK. It is going to respond and ask you certain questions. Do you want to maybe get more information like their emails, their social media handles, and things like that? You can say yes. It will put all that information together and generate an instant list for you. So you don't have to spend time doing it manually yourselves. Now, once it has already generated this list, you have the opportunity to enrich the data. You can ask Clay to add the email, like find a valid email and add it. You can ask Clay to do like a summary of their LinkedIn personality. You can ask Clay to give you the links to their companies and things like that. And if after doing all of this, you're still having issues with getting the emails, you can just download Contact Out. Contact Out has a Chrome extension. I use it. When you use the Chrome extension, you can go to a platform like LinkedIn, look at anybody's profile that is probably on your list on Clay, and if they don't have, if their email addresses are not shown there, you can take their full name, go to LinkedIn, search for it, and then use Contact Out to find their emails. Contact Out also gives you free credit. Once you see the email address, you can just send out emails from the Contact Out Chrome extension. It's like that easy. But back to our conversation, lead generation. So who is your ideal client? Your ideal client is that client that you are sure you can solve a problem for. If you cannot solve any problem for this person, they are not your ideal client. And there's also a way to think about this thing. So you could have, maybe as a full stack marketer, I want to work with a startup. I'm not very good maybe working with an AI startup, but I'm very good maybe working with an ed tech. I'm just giving an example. Now, instead of me to just say, oh, tech startups in the US or in the UK, I want to be like a bit more specific, ed tech startups. And even in the ed tech startups, I want to go for smaller teams because full stack marketers, you work best with a smaller team. They are the guys that just want a lean team. They want someone who can help and do different aspects of marketing. And it's easier for them to see the need for you than if you are reaching out to a bigger company. So I would most likely want to go for companies that have like a small team, less than 10, right? So this is some of the things that you want to be thinking about when figuring out your ideal client profile. There's also something else that you want to keep in mind. When you are prospecting your leads, another thing that you can do is, if you have a client you've worked with in the past, just get all the client information and then prospect look-alike audiences, right? So ask Clay, I want people who are like this person, or I want companies that are like this company, because you've already worked with them. So there's a good chance that those kind of companies will still need your services. So that's another way to go. Now, step two in how to send cold emails to get clients is going to be the email itself. There are three different aspects that we can break this into. The first one is the subject line, the next is the body of the email, and then finally the conclusion, your call to action, basically. Let's start off with the subject line. See, what makes a cold email successful is that your lead opens your email, reads your email, and respond. But the hardest thing is getting them to open, and that is where your subject line comes into place. Remember, I said I did a cold email campaign where I reached out to 300,000 leads. Well, I did not have to do any prospecting. The leads were already generated. I just had to take all of the data. And when I took all of the data, the first thing that I did was to A/B test.
Our leads were high net worth individuals from Nigeria, so I made a bunch of subject lines that targeted different emotions that are common with the ICP.
Each of your email needs to target an emotion, especially when you are bulk cold emailing. Remember, this is not one-on-one. You do not have the time to go and look through all the information that is available on this person. You're doing it at scale. So it is always best that you try to trigger something, right? You can also be like unconventional. So you can A/B test subject lines. You're not going to automatically get it right immediately, but don't panic. Not many people do. Now, next thing you want to figure out in your email is the body. What is the essence of the first line? It is to get people to read the second line. And in cold emailing, personally, I do think that you don't need to write a very long email. Nobody wants to read a very long email. People are busy. So keep it direct, keep it clear. Make sure that what you are selling is actually of importance to the leads. And then finally, the call to action. Always adding like a soft offer is like very recommended. I recommend it. I don't know about other people, but I do recommend it if you want to increase your chances of getting a response. So maybe if you are cold emailing to, again, tech startups, I could give them something. I could say, if you're struggling to manage your content calendar, this is a free content calendar resource that I created. It already has 1 month worth of content and you can use it for free. If it gives you value, if it brings you clients, feel free to reach out to me. They would definitely want to respond to something like that because you've already given them something for free and they do not have to do anything to get it. Now that you know how to send cold emails to get clients, don't keep it to yourself. Share with other people. Like, subscribe. If you have questions, drop them in the comment section and I will respond. But this is everything for now. See you next week.